YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got another pickups video for you here. This one's actually going to be basically done in two parts, just because I have so much stuff and I have a lot to say about a lot of this. So I'm just going to get started on this immediately, but I am going to break this into two different parts. So let's get going. This is part one. The first thing I want to show you here, something I actually picked up today, which is the most recent thing I picked up, but still really kind of cool. I don't know if you've seen these before. The artwork on them is not the world's greatest because they're literally screenshots from back in the day of like Super Nintendo games, so they're pretty fuzzy kind of thing, but they are Mortal Kombat collector cards, so they're kind of cool. Depends on which ones you're looking at. There's different ones I have here, but this one shows you like special moves. So this is, for instance, Raiden's Torpedo. That's kind of cool. Flip it around on the back here, and you can actually see like how to do the move in the different versions of the game. So Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Game Boy, Game Gear, all on there tells you how to do those moves. Now, obviously, you could look that information up online, but still, it's kind of neat because there's a little write-up about the move and everything like that. And each of these cards are actually numbered. So there's like, this is number 78. What I got here today is not all of the cards, but still pretty cool. All the ones that were in the store though, but you can see like there's lots of different ones here. Some of them are on this page, well, they're all, you know, the different moves, but then you have other cards like this one here, which shows you like storyline. These are called storyline cards, and shows you different scenes basically from the storyline of it. So it's like Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and it talks about that like on the there's a write-up on the back about that. So that's kind of cool. This is just the checklist card right here in the corner, but still kind of neat, those ones. And then there's also battle ones. So for instance, there's a half sheet that I got here, but this is you know, Johnny Cage versus Sonya. So, and it tells you like how to defeat them on Super Nintendo. So it's like Cage's split punch doesn't work against, you know, Sonya Blade or whatever, and it's kind of sort of neat. Tells you like which weaknesses in this battle against certain ones. So it's like fighter versus fighter cards. Really kind of cool. There's more of them, lots of different ones, different battles, and it goes on and on. So there's actually 9.5 sheets basically, because that one is a half sheet. So 9.5 sheets. They were priced for $1.50 each, but for some reason she charged me for only 7 sheets. So basically I got like a sheet and a half for free, which is kind of neat. So it basically came to $10 for the 9.5 sheets, which is kind of neat. Not really, I don't know how collectible those are, but I just think they're kind of cool, and they're definitely video game related, so I thought I'd go for it. Moving on from there, I also picked up a couple of games here on different days. This one was from a Goodwill, and I picked it up, and it's been quite a while since I actually got this. I can't remember what I paid for it. I think it was like $2 for this, and it's definitely worth it. It's just in a generic case here because it is a loose game, but it's Spyro Year of the Dragon, and that must be the greatest hits edition of it though, because it has no color on the front of it. Disc isn't in the world's greatest shape, but for $2, I'm probably never going to leave a Spyro game behind, so thought I would pick that up. You never know when you need to fill a case that a thief has got their hands on, which is kind of nice. Moving on, I also picked up Final Fantasy Anthology. This I got from a Value Village, and this was actually a colossal error on my part, but you'll see what I mean in a second here. It's complete, and the artwork looks really nice. The case, on the other hand, is falling apart, but I can fix that. I have replacement cases and things like that for it, so it's not a big deal. Even I have replacement double cases, which is really nice, and they look exactly as like these. You can't even tell the difference, so that's pretty cool. In here is the first disc, which is Final Fantasy V, so that's pretty sweet, and it's actually in mint condition, so that is not the part that's messed up. And it's not just the case that's messed up, it's this part right here that I messed up. And this is actually not the other Final Fantasy game. This is supposed to be Final Fantasy VI, I think. This one here is actually the third disc of Final Fantasy IX. So this is an incomplete game, and this is part of an incomplete game now. So basically I have an incomplete version of Final Fantasy Anthology, and I have an incomplete version of Final Fantasy IX. Luckily for me, I already have both of those games in my collection, so it's not that big of a deal, but still, you know, when I looked at it, I checked the disc condition, the discs were mint and everything, and I just went, oh, that's great, and I kind of threw it in my cart and away we went. And I didn't really pick up on the fact that one of the discs was not the same thing, because it has that sort of same finish on it. It's like, it's just like mostly white. I didn't really notice at the time. That was unfortunate, but hey, that's the way it goes sometimes. But still, for that one there, I paid $7.99. That's why I feel a little bit burned by that, but that's the way that it goes sometimes. Going into a Goodwill, I found this pickup was just by itself again. Things were pretty slim. I was kind of going here and there and finding one game or nothing, essentially, for a little bit here. And that's why it's sort of a backlog, because I didn't really have enough to make a video, and then all of a sudden a bunch of stuff came in today at once, so that's the way it went. But this was from another day. I picked up Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I already have it in my collection, but I saw this at the bottom, and it says second edition, and I thought, what does that mean? Is there something improved about this game? Did they like change some glitches or something like that? And so I bought it, and then I came to the realization that second edition means they remove the hot coffee content from it, which, if you're not sure what that is, go look that up. But so basically it's like the edited version of this. So instead of it being adult rated, it's mature rated. And I think that's the reason for removing that content. But there you go, right there. I decided to pick it up, and it's complete, which is really nice. I'll have to see what one in my collection version is my collection. I didn't realize there was a second edition. I just noticed that as I was walking out the door of the store. I was like, what is second edition? I've never seen that before, and now I figured it out. So if you didn't know that, that's a little curious piece of information. Take a look when you find this game in the wild and see if you got second edition or the first edition, because I think the first edition is probably more valuable just because it has the extra content. Moving on from there, I also walked into the same Goodwill. Now this was on a different day. This was actually yesterday that I walked into this Goodwill, and I found a few Sega Genesis titles that are complete in box, which was really nice. There's nothing overly stellar here or anything like that, but some things that I'll end up reselling to recoup my money, basically, and I'll put the couple in there that I don't have in my collection into my collection. The first one here, which I already have in my collection, is Sonic 2, but it's complete in box. There it is. But the thing about this one, and one of the reasons why I picked up, is this one's absolutely mint. The manual, on the other hand, needs some help because it actually got bent, so I'll have to find a way of hopefully flattening that to the best of my ability. But the cartridge on this one's absolutely beautiful, so I thought I would give it a shot, basically, and there you have it. That one there was $5. Moving on, picked up another title, and I'm not really certain on this game necessarily. I know it doesn't go for a whole lot, but that doesn't really matter to me. But the thing is, I don't have it in my collection already, so this is kind of cool. I think if I do, I have it loose card. I don't have it complete, so now I do, and it's Eternal Champions. And again, this one was $5, and it's totally complete. Manual's in mostly good shape. It's a little bit warped, but nothing too bad. And the cartridge itself is like the other one. It's just in absolutely mint shape. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's pretty glossy. So that's pretty awesome right there. Eternal Champions. And then moving on, I picked up a copy of Tasmania, which I didn't have in my collection. So this is super awesome to be able to get this game. Again, $5 for that one. The only thing that bums me out about this one is it doesn't have the manual in it, so it's incomplete. But again, like the other ones, this one's cartridge is almost perfect. It's just it has a few like scratches and stuff on it, but it's still really glossy and really nice for what it is. And again, you know, something I didn't have in my collection, and really nice to find some Genesis games when there isn't a whole lot out there these days. So moving on from that, I also picked up another game which I have already in my things to be sold. So I don't know if I should have picked this up or not, but I just couldn't leave it behind. And it's actually got a little bit of value compared to other sports titles. I don't usually pick up sports titles. That's basically all I've seen recently is sports titles in the stores and things like that. But they're just not ones that I want to add to my collection. I already have them and things like that, and I already have this one, but I just can't deny picking up NHL 94 when I see it, especially, you know, for $5 is a good deal. And there it is right there, and the cartridge on that one is totally mint as well, so I'll have to see. The manual isn't, but the cartridge definitely is. I'll have to see if that's an upgrade cartridge wise for me, and really in great shape, as are all these. The artwork and everything like that, like there's nothing faded, there's no fraying or anything in the artwork, so really awesome right there. For the 4 games though, like if you do your math, you can tell I paid $20 for it, so hopefully I'll be able to keep what I want and sell off things I don't, recoup my money a little bit. I actually want to break this into a couple of parts here because this video would just be extremely long, because the other one has a few stories attached to it and things like that. So we'll get down to business right there. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I will see you all later.